All right. What's going on, everyone? How's it going? We're back for another day of shiny hunting. I don't do this enough. It has been, well, I do it enough in my free time. I have been doing it in my free time. I have been hunting. I've gotten 3 shinies in the last, like, 3-ish weeks, something like that. It was really just this one week. I was really pumping out some eggs and they were hatching into shinies. But yeah, I haven't been streaming shiny hunting enough though. But I did want to throw off a little fun Dragonite shiny hunting stream here today because Mega Dragonite was in fact announced recently, last week actually, a week from today to be exact. And yeah, we're just going to get started on this real quick. Let me make sure everything is up and running, good to go. I do in fact believe we are handy dandy, ready to kick off here. Hopefully my congestion clears out as the stream goes on. Ongoing, ever living, everlasting, that's what I'm looking for. Everlasting battle, me and congestion. One day I will get it under control though. I will get it under control. Let us put our pass powers on real quick because we are going to need these in order to start getting our encounters. Actually, oh, hold on one second. Oh, what am I doing here again? We want to go with this, right? I got to get my auto counter going so that we can keep track of our encounters, so we know what number we're at in case we find a shiny. So we'll activate exploring power. That'll help us get the little rippling spots so that we can fish them up and try and get a Dragonite. If you were not aware, I'm at the Dragon Spiral Tower in Black 2 and White 2. And I believe it's also in Black and White. You can do this as well, but I'm in Black 2, White 2 specifically. You can swim around here and you can fish in these little rippling spots. And you can get the entire Dragonite line. You can also get Basculin. But Basculin is normally Basculin is normally the common encounter. That's normally what you encounter the most when you're here fishing. But thanks to the lucky power, which not only, it flips the encounter table basically. So instead of Dragonite being the rarest spawn, Dragonite actually should be very common to see, as you saw right there. The very first encounter was a Dragonite. So normally that is a 1% encounter. Normally Dragonite is very, very unlikely to show up here, but thanks to lucky power, we can see it a lot more likely, and lucky power also increases shiny odds. At least lucky power 3 does. So lucky power is really, really clutch for this hunt right here. It will make things a whole lot easier for us, make things go by a whole lot faster, and we'll be much more likely to get a shiny of the Dragonite line instead of a Basculin, because we do not want shiny Basculin. That is not on the menu. I mean, we do want shiny Basculin because I do need it eventually for the shiny living dex. Oh, so this is the rippling spot appeared right in front of me. Now if you run into the rippling spots just surfing, then yeah, you only get Basculin. You can only get the Dragonite line by fishing. So that, I guess this will encounter, yeah, we'll count it as an encounter. Why not? Even though we're technically supposed to be fishing for them, but whatever, that'll count. But yeah, I've done this once before. I actually did this about what was it, 4 months ago at this point, on my birthday, because Dragonite is my favorite Pokemon. So we did this hunt on my birthday 4 months ago. Got to 250 encounters, but no shiny, no luck. But maybe today, with the Mega Dragonite news looming, we got some extra shiny luck for us. Also, if you're in the YouTubes and you saw the thumbnail and you're over here, that is a custom-made Dragonite shiny, Mega Dragonite shiny. I made that myself the other day. We don't yet know what shiny Mega Dragonite will look like. I made a blue one and I made a purple one, or a pink one, I should say. So blue to reflect the fact that Dragonair and Dratini are normally blue. And then I made a pink one, which if we do this hunt again in the future, that which we very well might. I might just do this tomorrow as well. We'll see. Where was I going with that train of thought? Oh yeah, I made a pink one to match the shiny of Dragonair and Dratini, because I can't with the green. You know, I love Dragonite so much. Favorite Pokemon. I mean, I'm wearing a Dragonite hoodie, for crying out loud. Like, I bought a Dragonite hoodie that came out in Japan. That's how much I enjoy my Dragonite. But just not the biggest fan of the green shinies. I think just about the only green shiny I really care for is Scizor. I think that one looks good. Most other green shinies, not a big fan. Not a big fan. So I would love to see Mega Dragonite either be blue or pink. If it stays green, I mean, it is what it is. Be a little bit sad. But life will keep going. You know, have we seen any more Dragonites, or was it just that first encounter we saw Dragonite? I mean, we haven't seen a Basculin yet other than the spot we accidentally ran into, so clearly the lucky power is working. We're seeing a lot of Dragonairs, which are normally it's like 65, shoot, do it again. Normally it's like 65% chance to run into Basculin when fishing. It's like a 20% chance to run into, shoot, maybe it's 75%, I don't remember. It's a very high chance to run into Basculin. And then it's like, no, 65 is right, yeah. It's 20%, I think, for Dratini, 10% for Dragonair, and no, actually, I think it's even bigger, 9% for Dragonair, not 10, 9%, and then 1% for Dragonite. But we haven't seen a single Basculin yet when fishing, so we are definitely on pace for shiny Dragonite line. But how's everyone been today? Everyone had a good day so far. It was pretty solid. Not too much happening for me. It was a pretty slow day at work, and there's another Dragonite. Let's go. I thought about, I don't really have a whole lot of space for extra like stuff on my layout. I mean, I could always try and make space, but I considered trying to put together like a whole tally of which Pokemon we see. Now, granted, the very first time I did this, I didn't do that. So like, you know, the first 250 encounters, there's no like designation of which Pokemon was encountered and how many times. But I did think about setting it up. Okay, well, there's our first Basculin that we fished up. I did think about setting it up with like Basculin, Dratini, Dragonair, Dragonite, and having a separate counter thing to count all of them, so we would see exactly how many of each we encountered along this little journey here. But I ultimately decided that it would just be kind of crammed, I think, on the layout. I think it would just be kind of too congested with stuff. But yeah, today was a pretty solid day, pretty relaxing. Bought some new Pokemon cards. Actually, I bought a few Yu-Gi-Oh cards recently, just because I don't know. I've been collecting Pokemon cards for so long. There's still an seemingly infinite number of cards out there for me to collect. But growing up, I actually liked Yu-Gi-Oh cards more than Pokemon cards. I had more Yu-Gi-Oh cards growing up than Pokemon. It's just as I continue to grow, you know, I stopped collecting Yu-Gi-Oh cards and never really ever got back into Yu-Gi-Oh, whereas Pokemon cards, like, I stopped collecting Pokemon cards and, you know, probably before I even stopped playing the games. Like, I only really bought Pokemon cards for a few years there in the, like, early 2000s. Probably, like, early to mid, like, Ruby Sapphire era of cards was the last time I really opened cards. Anything in the later eras of you know, Gen 3 and Gen 4 never really opened. But eventually I did get back into Pokemon in terms of like playing the games and watching YouTube and stuff. So that, like, when I came back to getting into Pokemon cards in 2020, it was a lot easier. Can I get a little rippling spot, please? It was a lot easier to get back into Pokemon cards in 2020 because I'd been a big Pokemon fan, you know, for like 6-7 years at that point, like playing the games and watching YouTube and content and all that. But when it came to Yu-Gi-Oh, it was like I tried getting back into Yu-Gi-Oh cards in 2020, and I just felt lost. I was like, I have no clue what's going on here. Like, this is all just completely passed me by. I don't know any. Like, I remember Blue Eyes White Dragon, Red Eyes Black Dragon, Dark Magician, and that was about it. Everything else was like, what is this? These names are 20 characters long. Like, Hyper Mega Excellent Dragon of Chaos Magician Darkness is like, what is happening here? But with, you know, collecting Pokemon cards pretty heavily for the last 5 years, wouldn't say I'm bored of it, not by any means. I still love collecting Pokemon cards. But I have been kind of thinking about, you know, spreading my wings and dabbling in other TCGs. Well, really just Yu-Gi-Oh! Wow. I've never played Magic the Gathering. People don't really collect Magic the Gathering cards, do they? Like, you might collect them to play with, but don't think I've ever really heard of someone like being a Magic the Gathering collector. Maybe like really old card. I don't know. But yeah, so I've started buying a few Yu-Gi-Oh cards the last week, just of characters I like remember, or cards. I guess they were kind of characters. So today I bought, I'll show it in a second. Gotta make sure to move. Gotta get out of this real quick, because if I stay in the battle too long, my little counter up there will keep running. Also, I'll wait. I'll wait until my pass powers run out real quick, and then I'll show off the Pokemon cards, assuming I remember. But yeah, I bought 2 Pokemon cards today, and then I bought a Yu-Gi-Oh card. I don't have the Yu-Gi-Oh card on my desk anymore. I just have 2 Pokemon cards. I already put the Yu-Gi-Oh card away in a binder, but it was a Dark Magician Girl Magician's Apprentice or something like that. I don't know. I was assuming it'd be expensive. Like, it had like a fancy hollow pattern, and it's Dark Magician Girl, so I figured that'd be, you know, a pretty pricey card, but it was like $10, so not bad at all. Okay, there's the Lucky Power. When does my... Okay, Exploring Power expires in 4 seconds. So we'll wait for that to expire, and I will look at these Pokemon cards real quick. So the first one, which one? I'll show off the vintage first, why not? Well, let's go full screen, actually. Just my face cam. We got a Japanese Rocket Scyther, if my camera wants to focus on it. Really cool. I gotta like tilt it up because of the light from the monitor. Really sick artwork. Nice little swirl there in the bottom right. Just a sick looking card. Vintage Japanese just gets me in a certain way. Like, I love these cards. They look so good. They're so cool. And then got some modern English, vintage Japanese and modern English. That's my bread and butter. Vintage Japanese and modern English. If it ever wants to focus. We got the Iron Valiant SAR. I can never know which one's which. Just a sick card. The fact this is only $20 is kind of crazy. Like, this card is sick. That is just a sick looking card. But yeah, I picked those 2 up today. And then we also got the Dark Magician Girl Magician's Apprentice thing. Also picked up a couple days ago. Also went by the card shop and picked up a couple Pokemon cards, as well as a Dark Magician, which is regular Dark Magician, a Blue Eyes White Dragon, a Dark Magician of Chaos, I think that's what it's called, and then a Dark Magician Girl. I think the 3, like the Dark Magician of Chaos, and the Blue Eyes, I think they were all promos or something. One of them might have been out of a set. I don't really know much about Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I was expecting them to be expensive, but they were actually pretty affordable, kind of cheap. But the Dark Magician Girl must have actually been like from a set. I think it was like a secret rare or something. So that ended up costing me about $40 to pick up. But I thought they were cool. I thought they were kind of worth getting. Cards I remember, cards I recognize from my childhood. But it's like the entire case they have there at the card shop of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. There's like 4, maybe 5 that I recognize from when I was growing up. all the rest of them, all the like hundreds of other cards they have in the case, I'm just looking at these like, what the hell are these? It's like a foreign language. I'm just like, what are y'all? Where did y'all come from? Oh, there's another Dragonite. I'm telling you, if we get the actual Dragonite as the shiny, I'll be happy with any member of the Dragonite line, Dratini, Dragonair, or Dragonite. If the Dragonite itself is the shiny that we get, I will lose it. That'll probably be the biggest shiny reaction I've had on the channel so far. Depends on how long it takes. If we get it like here soon, you know, it'll be very under odds, because right now with the shiny charm and the lucky power S, we're looking at like 1 in 2,000 odds. So not the 1 in 8,000 like normal, but yeah, if we got it like soon, yeah, I'd still be very happy, but it might not be my biggest reaction, because that shiny Tepig after 17,000 encounters in 8 months was pretty monumental. We really haven't been seeing a lot of Dratinis. I mean, based on how the pass power works, that's kind of the point. You're supposed to see like Dragonair and Dragonite the most, and then Dratini and Basculin the least. But yeah, outside of picking up those trading cards today, it was a very chill, relaxed day. I tried doing the lawn a little bit, tried mowing my lawn. It is so freaking hot outside that my lawnmower overheats after like 10 minutes of use. It's an electric lawnmower, and the battery like overheats and dies. It can't be used after like 10 minutes. It's really annoying, because it's not nearly enough time for me to. I didn't even get through my front yard, which is like the small part of what I have to mow. Like, it died like 3/4 of the way through my front yard, so did not get to the back. And of course, the back is the freaking beast. For some reason, I cannot get the weeds in the back to stop freaking growing. I've managed to get the front yard pretty good. Like, when we first moved in here, it's just a rental house, so whoever was maintaining the yard before us was not doing a great job, so there were a lot of weeds in the front yard. And I managed to get those fairly taken care of. You know, a couple of them still sprout up here and there. But, yeah, the front yard's not too bad. And, the grass gets a little taller. There are some weeds that grow, so it doesn't have to be mowed super often. But I kind of let it go a little bit. So I did do some mowing, and yeah, didn't even get through 3/4 of the front yard before my lawnmower died. Getting through I'm gonna try and finish the rest of the front yard tomorrow, and then try and do the backyard some. I just know that my lawnmower is not going to last any sort of time into doing the backyard. It's gonna be a mission and a half to get the backyard good and done. Oh, I had to pop the back real quick. I might not last in this Dragonite hoodie for too much longer. It gets hot in this room while I'm streaming. For some reason, our bedrooms in this house, they just don't like circulate AC super well. Like, the living room and like the hallway, just, wonderfully cool, feels great throughout the day. Even when, I just realized I messed up big time. I let the battle sit there for too long, and the encounter started racking up. Where am I supposed to be? Let me go check this real quick. Yep. I did the oopsie that I'm not supposed to do, which is just sit there and let the encounters rack up. So that should be, we should be at 278, not 284. So let me pull this back down a little bit. Pretty sure it's supposed to be at 278. Yeah, I started messing with the hoodie and was talking too much, and the encounters just started racking up. Yeah, I know. Just be 278. There we go. Oh yeah, honestly, I'm not gonna last in this hoodie. It is too warm in here. I'm gonna have to take this off. Ooh. Immediate relief. Immediately feels so much better in here. I also, yeah, I just don't want to sweat in this thing too much. It is more of a collector's item than like something I never wear this thing. I've worn it on stream, I think 2 times. Let's just chill up here for a second. I think you're fine right here for now. Okay, yeah, I feel infinitely better now. Okay, Lucky Power wore off, so we got to get that going again. I really wish the Lucky Power S worked for the shiny boost. It's a little annoying that only Lucky Power 3 works for the shiny boost, because the S ones just last so much longer. Like the encounter one that's helping us get the little bubbles more quickly, that one lasts for 10 minutes. You don't have to turn that one on and off too often. This, the Lucky Power one, a little more frequent. It's every 3 minutes. Let's check something real quick. All right, let's get back going. Check something real fast. I think for me, the one thing about Mega Dragonite that's like, if there's anything that's like slightly disappointing to me about Mega Dragonite, it's actually not the design. I know some people are not the biggest fan of the massive wings on the head, which I get. It is kind of goofy looking, I get, but I don't hate it. For me, I kind of wanted it to, especially with the way it looks, like it looks even more friendly, kind of like almost. I did see someone make a joke like, oh, it's a biblically accurate Dragonite with the wings and stuff. I kind of feel like it looks like it could be a fairy type, and I'm a little disappointed that it's not Dragon Fairy, because I think it'd be really cool. And I think it would really fit Dragonite's vibe to be a Dragon Fairy type. But I also understand that, like, one, no other pseudo-legendary got their type changed when they got a Mega, so, you know, wouldn't really make sense for Dragonite's type to change. They can really do whatever they want. It doesn't really matter. Let's see. And yeah, Lucky Power will be in just a second. So Sit here and wait a second for that to run a little bit so they can be a little more synced up. But I mean, yeah, they could really do whatever they want. I think the biggest like thing with Dragonite not being a fairy type with the Mega is the fact that like obviously it has giant wings on its head. It kind of has to be a flying type. It wouldn't really make sense for the, you know, the Pokemon with the massive wings on its head to not be a flying type. So I get that. But I mean, Dragonair has wings on its head and it's not a flying type, so you know. There are plenty of Pokemon that float and fly that aren't flying types, you know. Hydreigon, not a flying type, but it flies in the air. Latios, very much flyers. Do not have the flying type. Like, you could just make Mega Dragonite Dragon Fairy and give it Levitate. I did see someone online say something about giving Mega Dragonite Wind Rider. I think that's the ability. I think it's like Kilowattrel has that ability or something. Because I saw a number of people like, oh, give it Aerialate like Salamence, but then other people, were saying, well, you don't want to make them the exact same thing, like Dragon Flyings, both with Aerialate. Plus, Dragonite gets extreme speed, so like Aerialate extreme speed would just be a little too much, I think. But I did see someone throw out the idea of Wind Rider, which I don't remember exactly what that does. Which is kind of sad because I used Kilowattrel in a draft league last year. Now, granted, I don't know if I ever used Wind Rider. I think it gets competitive as well. So I think I ran that more often. But I know it's like whenever you get hit with some kind of like... Oh, well, there's a masculine encounter. Whenever you get hit with a certain like type of move, wind moves like Tailwind, maybe Hurricane. I don't know if that makes you immune to them. Like, if they're damaging moves, like, do you absorb them? I really don't know how it works, but... Someone was saying something like, oh, you get Dragonite and Tailwind, and it gets like... Oh my god, can these things stop popping up right in front of me? That is not what I want. Not what we need here. But it was like a Dragonite would get the... +2 speed from Tailwind, and then whatever Wind Rider does for you gives you a boost. Someone was saying something about attack, but I feel like... No, maybe it's not Kilowattrel. Maybe it's the... Kilowattrel is a different type of wind-related ability, I think. I think it's like what Brambleghast gets or something. And maybe it raises your attack or something like that when you get hit with a wind move. Which would be kind of cool, but again, that might also make Dragonite busted. Like, put Mega Dragonite on a Tailwind team, and it gives Dragonite extra speed and an attack boost. That might be a little too much. Like, the one thing that keeps Dragonite a little, pretty balanced as a pseudo is the fact that it's a bit slower. It's not a super fast mon. Best Extra, what up, what up? How's it going? How you doing today? But yeah, Wind Rider, if it does what I'm thinking it does, where it gives you like, oh shoot, didn't mean to do that. If it gives you an attack boost in a way with like a wind move hits you, Tailwind with Dragonite and VGC, and Mega Dragonite and VGC could be quite dangerous. You can make it fast and give it an attack boost. feel like we go through little spurts. There'll be like a, you know, little patch where we just see no Dragonites at all, and then I want to make sure I got that through quick enough before some extra encounters started going off there. Sometimes we see like no Dragonites for minutes on end, and then boom, it's like 3 out of 4 encounters. They come in waves. We're also talking about VGC. I'm talking about Dragonite with Wind Rider potentially and like Tailwind and all that. Last like year or two, I've been really thinking like, man, it'd be fun to get into VGC, actually try and play, but I've just never really wanted. Well, one, I would have to like play all of Scarlet and Violet, like I'd actually have to play the games, just to get to the point where I could like build a VGC team. I guess you could really practice and play VGC kind of on Showdown. We could do that. But with Champions coming out next year, I really might try and get into VGC a little bit more. Although I do know myself, and I know how I get with competition. I'm a very competitive person. I really don't like losing, and I really don't like being bad at things. So if I did get into VGC, I would really have to. I would probably get a little too serious about it. I'd probably become a little bit maybe, I don't know if I'd say dedicated, but yeah, I know I'm not the best when I don't like losing. I don't like losing. But hey, that just means you got to get good, right? Don't want to lose, got to get good. I think when it comes to competitive Pokemon though, like singles and probably to an even greater extent like VGC doubles, I'm not great at team building. Like you give me a team, you know, I can pilot it pretty well, but I'm not great at building one myself, unfortunately. That's why mainly when I play Showdown, I like to play random battles, because like just give me a team and let me figure it out, let me work with it. When you start making me like have to make it myself, it's probably not going to be very good. All right, encounter number 300. Can we get a Dragonite on exactly 300? Nope. Little baby Dratini though. I'll say probably of the 3, Dratini's the one I want to see as shiny the least, just because in these games you do get a free shiny Dratini. Benga gives you a free shiny Gibble in Black 2, and I guess free might not be the best word for it, because you do have to like do something for it. He doesn't, like, you gotta beat Black Tower and White Tree Hollow, and once you beat all that and beat him in battle and all, they'll give you a free shiny Dratini in White 2 and a Gibble in Black 2. So since I'm like gonna get a free shiny Dratini for this Living Dex, I'd prefer if the shiny I got here were Dragonair or Dragonite. But like, you know, I still get the free Dratini no matter what. So it's a free member of the shiny line. I think I've talked on it in the past. I'm really tempted to try and do the Hidden Grotto Dragonite hunt. Now, you can't technically shiny hunt Hidden Grotto Pokemon. I mean, you can remove shiny locks. So I could definitely figure that out and remove the shiny lock and then try shiny hunting the Hidden Grotto Dragonite. Could give that a go. It would be risky. Well, I don't know. I wouldn't say risky. It could just potentially take a really long time. Because, yeah, Hidden Grotto Pokemon are not exactly abundant to find very quickly. So it could be a rather slow, meticulous hunt. But would be really cool to give it a shot. But I'm not entirely sure I'm actually going to go through with it. At least for, maybe not for this Living Dex. It's because completing Living Dex is going to take long enough. So adding in a hunt that could be incredibly long, like just insanely long. Because it's like, what? Hidden Grottos only spawn a item or Pokemon every certain number of steps. I don't remember exactly how many number of steps it is, but it's still like, you know, you go in there, you check. It could potentially spawn nothing. Like, it is possible after a certain number of steps, just nothing appears in there. And you got to go back out and run back and forth again and again, and then check it once more. But then even if it does happen to spawn something, it could just be an item. It's more than likely an item. And then if you do get a Pokemon, there's like number of, not maybe a number, like a few Pokemon that can be encountered, maybe 2, 3, possibly 4 different Pokemon to encounter in the grotto. And I'm pretty sure Dragonite is like the rarest Pokemon in that grotto. So maybe with the lucky power, pass power, and there is a hidden grotto pass power to make things go a little bit quicker. That's actually how I got this Breloom to use as my false swipe and Sporemon. There's a hidden grotto in Pinwheel Forest that Breloom can spawn in. And the issue was, so you can normally get Shroomish, maybe Breloom, get it somewhere here in the game, but, or maybe not actually, maybe not. What am I thinking of? Thinking of something. What ability does my Breloom have? I'm kind of curious. Is this thing Poison Heal or is it Technician? I think it's Poison Heal. I think so. The idea was, I think the only way to get a Breloom in this game is through that hidden grotto. I don't think Shroomish is naturally found in the wild. I think you have to hidden grotto hunt for Breloom, which works out because one of Breloom and Shroomish's natural abilities that they have is Effect Spore. And you don't really want to have Effect Spore for your shiny hunting mon, because, like, you know, let's say I do get a shiny Dragonite here and I have Breloom up front, I go to false swipe the Dragonite and all that, and it hits me with a physical contact move, and my Effect Spore goes off and it's poisoned, and I poison the Dragonite inadvertently. You know, I don't want to have Effect Spore on my Breloom because I could accidentally poison the shiny we're trying to catch and then I could lose it because of poison damage. But Breloom has 2 other abilities, being Poison Heal, and I believe it also gets Technician. And in Hidden Grottos, you get Pokemon's hidden abilities, which is, I believe, Technician for Breloom. And so I was like, oh, that's perfect. You know, I can go get a Breloom out of the Hidden Grotto. It'll have Technician. I don't got to worry about Effect Spore. Let me check. What does this thing actually have? Because I know I ended up like breeding Okay, so this one is Poison Heal. I did this like 5 months ago. I'm not remembering the exact details. But you do get the hidden ability from the Hidden Grotto. But then I went to like breed the Breloom to get more Shroomish to like spread amongst my other games for Spore, Fall Swipers and stuff. And in this game, breeding's weird. And so like you can't pass on abilities or something. At least I think if the male, I don't think the male can pass on abilities. I think it's just a female. Even if you're breeding with a Ditto, I think it's like that, something. And so yeah, it ultimately didn't matter. It was like I had to breed a couple number of Shroomish though, because I started breeding. I was like, oh, I'll just get Technician or Effect Spore or Poison, something like that. And then I started breeding and hatching the eggs, and I was like, oh, some of these have Effect Spore. This isn't working how I wanted it to. Whoops. I do remember though I messed up. I thought that it's like it might be Poison Heal. I'm really fumbling on remembering the exact details. I thought Effect Spore was Breloom's only ability other than its hidden ability until like Gen 6, reading Bulbapedia. But then I realized I was reading it wrong, and I think it is Poison Heal is the like other ability it naturally gets. I thought it didn't get it until Gen 6. Turns out I think it gets in Gen 4. So I was reading the Roman numerals wrong. It was the IV, which is 4, but I was reading it as VI. So I thought it was 6 instead of 4. And so I was kind of like messing myself up. But I eventually figured it all out. It all got worked out eventually. I got the Brelooms out of I got a Breloom out of Hidden Grotto, bred it to get more Shroomish to spread out amongst my other Gen 5 games, and ended up with these magical little ads to help out with catching shinies. Oh shoot. I could definitely never be a speedrunner because I am not good at controlling my movements. I'm not precise enough for speedrunning. I would just fumble the inputs all over the place. I don't know why, but I feel like this little spot up here, I feel like it's lucky. I don't know what it is. Something about like being there in the little like crevice of the tower feels lucky. I like it when a little rippling spot appears up there. Like, ooh, something magical is about to happen. Oop, messed that up. Shoot. So honestly, I'm a little... It's weird. I haven't really cared about opening packs of Pokemon cards in a second. I've really just been doing singles for a while now. And like, you know, all these last few sets that have come out that have been sold out, haven't really been too heartbroken about the fact that I'm not really able to open them. And I wouldn't say I'm like overly frustrated with not being able to get the new black and white sets, but of all the sets that have come out recently, it's certainly the one I would care the most about being able to open. So it's like a tiny bit annoying I haven't been able to find any in stores, but you know, that's whatever. Eventually the hype will die down, and you know, I guess I'll just pick up some of the cool art rares and full arts and all that eventually. And who knows, maybe one day I'll stumble into Target and they happen to have cards for some reason. It is not likely. The only place that I've found any sort of cards remotely recently has been my local card shop. But even they are pretty low most of the time. In fact, I think to try and keep their stock a little more available, they have increased their prices on packs just a little bit. Because for the longest time, they were selling at retail. But recently, you know, they got some Surging Sparks in, and I was like, oh, how much are those? Thought about maybe buying a pack or two. They're like, oh, there's $7. And I was like, yeah, it's like $2 above retail or something like that. So I was like, oh, I'm good. Which I understand, you know. It's probably more of a tactic to keep them in store because scalpers don't want to buy that. It messes with your margins when you gotta pay a little bit extra for the packs up front. So it sucks for regular people and like kids who are just there to like enjoy the packs and open them, having to pay extra. But at least my local shop is not going crazy, charging like way too much. I've heard of some shops like really overpricing their product. I think the most unfortunate thing for me with not being able to find product to open is the fact that I really like collecting the Cosmos Hollow like promos they put into certain things, like the single pack and 3-pack blisters. They might give it might be a new print, like a special promo print with the hollow, new like the fancy hollow pattern and like the hollow border. Sometimes it's just, you know, a card from one of the sets that they then printed with the fancy hollow pattern as a promo. I like collecting those. Like, I have a whole deck box in my bookshelf back here filled with promos that I've purchased through packs over the years. Like, they're not worth anything. Like, they're worth like like $1 or $2 at most, if not just a few cents. But I just think they're cool. I just like, you know, I almost like opening the single packs and 3-pack blisters for those, and not as much to like actually open the packs. So that's been like the biggest loss for me, is not getting any of these like Cosmos Hollow promos out of the blisters that they release. I'm sure I could probably go buy them on TCG Player for pretty cheap, but it's like it's the principle of like getting it out of the packaging itself. It's kind of nice, because it's like a 2-for-1. You know, you buy a single pack blister, comes with a pack and you know, a nice little fancy sparkly promo card and a coin. You get the promo card. If you don't pull anything, oh hey, you got a nice little promo card. If you do pull something, you got 2-for-1. It's like a nice little treat. But no, even those are non-existent. Which I think for the black and white set, I don't even know if they have promos like that. I think they might just have some of the illustration rares in the packaging instead as promos. See, this is just what I was talking about. And, you know, it's been a second since we've seen a Dragonite, and then we've gotten what, like 3 maybe in the last minute. They like come in waves. Oh. I just looked over and it's nighttime now. Just trying to make sure that my streamer bot was loading things properly. I think it is. I think I'm good. I love the little touches in this game. I'm pretty sure, looking at it, the battle floor, the little circle that's underneath the Pokemon, the little battle stage, whatever you want to call it, I'm pretty sure it's different based on if you run into like the Pokemon above water versus fishing for it below water. You know, when you're on the surface of the water just surfing around and you run into a Pokemon, I think it's more like there's like waves, so it looks more like you're on the surface. But then when you're fishing and you fish up a Pokemon, the water is more like, it's obviously not wavy. I don't know if I'd say, would you say it looks like you're underwater? Maybe, I guess that's the appeal. I guess it kind of looks like the effect you would see maybe if you're underwater and you're looking up at the surface. Kind of looks like it has that little light speckle like shining through thing. I don't know how I went unpunished on that. I completely had my right hand off of the DS, not ready to press A. Luckily that encounter took a little bit of a second. But it's just like, you know, it's a small detail that probably doesn't even really matter. But it's just the fact that, like, you know, they could have just kept all the water encounters the same little battle platform thing, but, you know, it's a little it differentiates between above water and below. I think that's neat. I think that's fun. A little attention to detail. Obviously, it's like the bare minimum of game design, but I mean, sometimes with Game Freak, you gotta ask for the bare minimum and clap when you get it. It's like, wow, they actually went above and beyond. Right. You know, I just get the feeling with my luck, I'm probably gonna get a shiny Basculin. Like, I'm probably gonna phase, which is, it's like sad because this hunt isn't necessarily, like, I would like to continue it until I got like a shiny Dragonite doing this, but honestly, most likely I would do this at most like 2 times. I guess, yeah, at least. I would need to at least do it 2 times. So like I said, you get the free shiny Dratini from Banga. So we can get that. And then, like, you know, if I say get a shiny Dratini first, yeah, I could probably do it again and try and, you know, if I got a shiny Dragonair, that would probably be it, because then I would already have 3 members of the shiny line. I could, like, get a Dragonite by evolving it, but I do get the feeling, unfortunately, that I'm probably going to get a Basculin first. Like, I've never done any, this is like the first hunt where I could really, like, phase in a way, where there's a Pokemon outside of what I'm really looking for. I'm normally doing a pretty contained, pretty controlled, like, hunts, where it's like, what I'm looking for is really the only option. So, except for the one, you know, well, really it's the 3 times that I've done the Soul Silver starter hunt, and the fact that that one went as well as it did, the fact that I never phased on any of that, like, I got Chikorita, then Totodile, then Cyndaquil, never phased once, and like all 3 of them were really quick shinies, like, the hunts were really fast, I kind of feel like some cosmic karma is coming my way, and I'm gonna get like multiple shiny Basculins in a row before I get one of the Dragonite line. You can just see it happening. Or I could just keep optimistic and just say I will get the Dragonite first try. But like I said earlier, getting one shiny Basculin wouldn't be the end of the world. I do need one anyways. So as long as I can only get one, you know, get two in a row, that's pretty tragic. But I need at least one, so if I only get one, yeah, that'll be fine. I say that, but I know if that had been a shiny right there, I would have been like, I would have been so sad. Also do feel like I'm unfortunately owed another over odds hunt. Based on most of my shinies have actually come pretty soon. It was really only Tepig that was like really unfortunate. Everything else has been pretty quick. Like the shiny legend, like the shiny gods, those got close to odds. I was like, what, maybe a few hundred encounters away from hitting odds when I got the Dialga. Sigilif went a little over odds for like eggs. I think it was like maybe 100 eggs over odds or something like that. But the fact that like basically everything has been pretty low under odds, except for Tepig. Tepig was really high over odds. Maybe that's balanced out enough. The Tepig going 17k and everything else has been much easier. Really glad that the reeling in is very lenient, because I definitely feel like sometimes I'm kind of slow to it. I do feel like sometimes I'm a little slow to clicking the A button, but it still gives it to me, so thankfully it's not too punishing. My reflexes aren't quite what they used to be. I'm an old man now. Like, I don't know if nowadays, I don't know if I could do Gen 6 like chain fishing. I think I would break my chain all the time. Like, I think I would be constantly breaking my chain if I tried chain fishing in X and Y. Which is chain fishing? I'm trying to remember. I distinctly remember chain fishing a good bit in X and Y back in the day. I feel like I don't remember doing it in Oris, though. Was chain fishing a thing in Oris? I feel like it would be. Maybe I just didn't bother to do it that often. I definitely remember Dexnav hunting a good bit in Oris, but don't remember anything about chain fishing. Every time I see Dragonite pop up on screen as one of the encounters, it like makes my heart flutter a little bit. I'm like, oh, that's my boy, or my person, my Pokemon. I don't know. It just like pops up on screen, and I'm just like, Dragonite's just so cool. It's just so cute. So, like I just every time I see it, I'm just like, man, Dragonite's really that dude. Which is kind of interesting. I feel like I normally do fall into the category of liking more aggressive looking Pokemon, which is interesting. Like, I'm normally not like a cute Pokemon person. Like, I would definitely say I'm normally more like into, you know, more, I wouldn't say edgy. I wouldn't say I'm into edgy Pokemon, but like, Aegislash is one of my top favorite Pokemon. Like, it's literally a sword and a shield. Like, and the your Chandelure, Swampert's definitely not edgy, but Swampert I wouldn't put. I mean, Mudkip's very cute, but I wouldn't put Swampert in the cute category. Anyways, I just wouldn't say that I'm like normally a cute Pokemon person. For some reason with Dragonite, it's just like there's like an exception. I think I like the combination of like cute, friendly, and powerful. I like the Dragonite like teeters that line. Where it's like, it's your buddy, it'll do great things for you, deliver your mail, fly you around the world, saves sailors at sea. Like, he's just a good old dude. But you piss him off and he's gonna destroy you. Like, I think, I'm trying to remember, was there a plot line in the anime of like a Dragonite that was like kind of rampaging for some reason? And they ended up figuring out what was wrong with it, and it's like it was so destructive and it was so like crazy, but then like, you know, they helped it out and it was just like turned back into this lovable goofball. Like, I don't know, I guess I like that dynamic. Gen 5 is definitely the best looking generation for Dragonite. Because, like, Dragonite's 3D model is fine. I think in terms of a lot of Pokemon, actually, was I wrong? Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just rippling spots in general have that kind of like texture on the water. Maybe it's like other surfing encounters that don't. I hope I'm right in that. I don't know. I could have been wrong, and I could have been glazing this game over something that was just incorrect. Well, we'll see. I think of like a lot of 3D sprited or 3D animated Pokemon. I think Dragonite's like one of the better ones in terms of its 3D model. I definitely still prefer the way it looked back in the olden days, but it's not too bad in 3D. Oh, pressed A for some reason. But of all the sprites, Gen 5 is definitely its best. Gen 1 Dragonite's actually kind of cursed. I don't know if anyone out there has ever seen Gen 1 Dragonite, but it is or at least like the original red and green sprite, like Japanese red and green. sprite for Dragonite's kind of cursed. Like I wish a lot of the sprites in those games are cursed. Like they look just wild. I think the Japanese blue, which eventually became our Pokemon Red and Blue, I think the sprite for Dragonite's better in that game. Still maybe a little bit funky, but I think the original Red and Green sprite is kind of kind of odd. It's kind of out there. Let's see, how long do I have on? You know what? I'll go find it. I'm gonna go put it on screen. Actually, let me go find that sprite for Dragonite real quick, because it's just funny looking. I'm assuming that Bulbapedia will have it, right? Okay, it's not as bad as I remember, but it's still pretty funky. Grab it real quick. Oh, where'd you go? Like, just look at this guy. the OG red and green from Japan Dragonite. He a little derpy. He's not I mean, honestly, it's not as bad as I remembered. I thought I remembered him being a lot more squished looking. Maybe I'm thinking of Venusaur from Red and Green a little bit more. Not nearly as squashed as I remember him being, but certainly very goofy. The wings actually surprisingly look a little bit more more size accurate in this sprite though. Well, I guess over in the Gen 5 one, they're not too bad. Why does it look like in the Gen 1 sprite it's got like a extra line running down its back? It almost looks like it has fins or something. Like it's got this like, what? Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. Getting distracted. Let me turn on my past powers. Still got a few more left. And then I'm gonna have to reset the game. Fly, what up, what up? How's it going? We are back with the shiny hunting. I've been a little inconsistent with it, but I've been doing it offline. A bit. Just haven't been streaming it as much. I would like to get back to it though. I'd like to get back to it. It is fun. But how's it going? How you been? Oh shoot. I swear, if I run into a shiny Basculin on like accident, running into the rippling spots, that'd be something else. I think I need to make sure to remember to do this whenever I reset the game once I run out of all my pass orbs, which should be really now. Once I run out of these, once this lucky power expires, I need to reset the game because I'll not have enough pass orbs to reactivate it. I need to increase the thickness of the outline on this shiny Dex text above me. I feel like it's too thin. I feel like it needs a little bit more weight to it. Nice, very nice. Still going for Snivy. Basculin, I swear, you better not shine. I do not want to see you, buddy. Do not want to see you. Basculin is the epitome of a Pokemon that I am perfectly fine just hatching out of an egg for a shiny. Like one day when I'm real bored and have nothing else to hunt, we'll go for Basculin and an egg. Assuming I don't get one here. Let's see. Once this shiny power or shiny lucky power, that's what it's called. Once this lucky power wears off, I'm gonna go grab some more water. I'm gonna tell Emily good night. She's going to bed. Probably be what the last encounter I get before the lucky power. Yeah, they're very forgiving with this, with the reeling in. I wasn't even like, I was barely looking at the screen and I just looked up and managed to actually get it. Yep, and like I said, I don't think I have enough. Yep, I don't have enough orbs to keep going, so I'm gonna reset real quick. Take a tiny little break to go grab some water. And tell him like good night. I'll be right back. You know what, I'll use my fancy BRB. Little screen-em-a-bopper here. probably try and get to at least 500 encounters today. We'll see if I can muster up the energy. I've been tired all day. I did not sleep the best last night, which every time I don't sleep well, it's always my fault. I stay up way too late, and then yeah, just don't give myself enough sleep. I don't think I haven't quite relinquished the fact that I'm not 18 anymore, and I can't stay up till all hours of the night and feel fine the next day. I'm unfortunately about 30, which means if I don't get enough sleep, I'm borderline incapacitated. If I do not have enough sleep the night before, I might as well just not even be around. I might as well not exist. I am not productive. I'm not in a good mood. I'm not in a good headspace. I just can't get anything done. Like, it is not ideal for me to not get enough sleep, and yet I do it all the time. I am all the time not giving myself enough sleep. I definitely do the like late night. There's some, is that 2 in a row I've ran into? Some like terminology I remember hearing. It's like late night sleep procrastination something. I don't know. I feel like I definitely suffer from that. I'm always like finding excuses to not go to bed. I'll be like, okay, it's 10 o'clock. I probably should go to bed, but like I really need to work on this, and so I'm like, I'm gonna do that, and then it's like 11:30 when I'm done with that, and I'm like, okay, well I probably should go to bed, but like I also want to. I got to keep it a little quiet. Emily's trying to go to sleep. Our room is right next to my office, so I gotta remember to tone it down a little bit, 'cause she did ask me to keep it a little quieter. Because sometimes she can hear me over the fan, and she says it distracts her from falling asleep. So let's try and get a little more zen. But yeah, I stay up way too late. I'm just constantly finding things to keep doing, giving myself little chores and little tasks. And it's like I have all day. I don't have all day to work on, things. I do have a job I gotta do, but like I have time earlier than late at night to get stuff done, and yet for some reason I'm always like finding the motivation to actually get it done like late at night. Like that's like the only time I can seem to muster up the energy to get anything done is late at night. And strangely, I'll be tired throughout the entire day, and then like once it hits 9 o'clock, I'm like wide awake, and it's like, all right, today is the day. Now is the time to get get things done. Let's see, Orlena Dorsey, what up? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for the follow, appreciate it. Let's go, appreciate that. Yep, 20 followers, let's go. I am doing fantastic, having a wonderful day. Been a nice, wonderful, chill day. It's been good. It's been very chill, Just been hanging out, trying to get a shiny. Mostly been blabbering to myself. Yep, Pokemon is the jam. Pokemon's basically Pokemon is the only video games that I play at this point. I very occasionally will do, Mario Party and Mario Kart, Smash Bros. with Emily and her family, but that's about it. It's about the only time I do anything other than just play Pokemon. Yeah, I've been like that for a decade plus now, where it does not matter how tired I am. Like, I just struggle to go to sleep before midnight. I also just think I like nighttime more because it's like more peaceful. It's like quieter. There's not as much going on. Get more time to, like, you know, just sit to yourself, do your own thing. Not as much going on in the world. I like the calmness of night. It's more laid back, you know. It's more acceptable to just be kind of like chill, not necessarily go go go. Shoot, why did I do that? I was like in position and then I just like inched forward for some reason. I don't know why I did that. Well, you say you love the yellow one in the back. you talking about Pikachu? I have no clue what they're talking. Yeah, honestly, I'm not the world's biggest Pikachu fan. Like, I'm really not that big on Pikachu. The only reason I have all those Pikachu plushies in the back is because obviously Pikachu is the most abundant thing when it comes to Pokemon merch, and so a lot of times when Emily gets me gifts for like Christmas, birthday, all that, a lot of times Pikachu is like the only thing for sale, and so it's like, you know, Emily made me this Pikachu Build-A-Bear. She got me this big Pikachu plushie for I think it was Christmas one year or something. I think I accidentally went a little too far there on. I think I let that sit there for a second too long. No, I think I'm good actually. Okay, I think we're good at 389. Oh shoot, I ran in their freaking rippling spot. But my favorite Pokemon is Dragonite. The one that we're shiny hunting. The green guy up here, and this plushie that I have in the back, and the one on the thumbnail. Dragonite, that's my favorite Pokemon. Pikachu, I mean, Pikachu's cool. You know, it's the mascot of Pokemon, so I don't dislike Pikachu, but it's certainly not one of my favorites. There's just a lot of Pikachu merch out there, so it's easy stuff to buy. And Emily is my fiance. Soon to be a wife. I mean, she didn't make them. I mean, she's pretty good at drawing, but buying me plushies doesn't really make her an artist, but I mean, she's good at drawing. She's a lot better at drawing than I am. What you mean? Oh, that I had someone draw that for me like a decade plus ago. Had that thing for a while. Kind of. I didn't stream back then. When I first started, like, again, it was like a decade ago. I was just making YouTube videos, like doing Let's Plays and Nuzlocks. I didn't start streaming until last year. Fly, appreciate the follow on Twitch. Thank you. Roost, what up? We are back looking for the D-Knight. Shoot. Why do I keep running into the freaking rippling spots? Nah, I just have Blue Sky. I got rid of my other social media. All right, we getting real close to 400, 150 on the day, 400 total. Brings us to like 1/5 of odds. I think our odds are like 1 in 2,000. So like, it's like right at around 1 in 2,000, I think is the odds getting a shiny right now. So pretty sure 400 encounters puts it like 1/5 of the way through. So we are slowly but surely making a dent. Goodness gracious. I don't know why. My hands are really sweaty today for some reason. I don't know what it is, but my hands are like getting real sweaty. Did I end up using that? Oh, I accidentally pressed B somehow. I thought I pressed A. Yeah, Lucky Power is certainly clutch. Certainly very clutch. Although surprisingly, it doesn't boost the odds quite as much as I would like. At least from like, you know, with the Shiny Charm, it's still like a 1 in 2,700 with Shiny Charm. And then with the Lucky Power boost as well, it really just boosts it up to like 1 in 2,000. So like, you know, gives it a boost, but it's not the biggest jump in odds. But it is certainly helping with encountering more Dragonites and Dragonairs, and not just exclusively Basculin. Shoot, I hate when that happens. Nah, I don't stream daily. I'm very inconsistent when it comes to streaming. Honestly, lately it's been like once a week. But I will say, I've kind of been through the song and dance before. I'm not interested in any art. I kind of get the gist. That's where you're trying to go here. I'm not interested in buying any art, so you know, don't waste your time. I'm good. Hit nods this week, very nice. Well, hopefully not. Hopefully you get it right before odds, but good pacing, good pace. Yeah, I was saying that earlier. I feel like I'm unfortunately due a little bit of a longer hunt. I have been pretty lucky. Outside of the Tepig, I've been pretty lucky with my hunts. So I do feel like I'm also due a longer one. Ooh, school man. Almost got me, but not quite. It's unfortunate that I can only get blue stripe Basculin in this game, because not that I care about either of the Basculins, or really any of them, since red is my favorite color. Shoot. I was just taunting the last one like, oh, you didn't get me, nice try, and then I freaking run into the next one. Since red's my favorite color, I'd prefer getting a red stripe Basculin for the shiny, but I guess a blue stripe it will be. Yeah, shoot. My last 3 shinies have been in like a 3-week window. Like, I was going crazy with the eggs. Went Sigilif, Litwick, and Venipede in the span of like a week and a half. Haven't posted a video yet about getting the Venipede. I've been waiting to accrue a few more egg shinies before I make a video. Just kind of stack them up into one video. Do need to reclaim Boulder and Lillipuppy this year. Next year. Instead of Kyurem. Now you gotta go for that Kyurem. Kyurem shiny is nice. Kyurem is a nice shiny. That's one I need to get that set up. I want to shiny hunt Kyurem. Mainly because I want to get the Kyurem fusions. I think they'll be super sick to see those shiny. But I do not have Kyurem unlocked in any across the 8-9 copies of Black 2, White 2 that I have. I don't have Kyurem available to catch in any of them. I gotta get far enough into the game to get those. I guess I'm far enough in this game, but I haven't done the whole like Inn's Castle stuff to trigger Kyurem coming back to the Giant Chasm. Laser, what up, what up? Yeah, it was, Dragonite is getting a Mega. That is real. In the new Pokemon game coming out in October, Dragonite is getting a Mega. They revealed it last week. And the thumbnail, that is what Dragonite looks like, Mega Dragonite. But yeah, I was as a massive lover of Dragonite, I was very excited to see that. Very happy. I've been waiting a whole decade for Mega Dragonite. It always bothered me that basically every pseudo-legendary from the first 4 gens other than Dragonite got a Mega. So I'm glad it finally has one. Oh yeah, for certain, yeah. I just I made that for the thumbnail just for fun. I was like, well, I'm not making it green, so I made it blue. I also made a pink one, so hopefully that's what we get. If it does end up being green, I'll be a little bit disappointed. It's probably more likely to be pink than anything. I don't actually think it'll be blue. I think it looks the best as blue. But if it were to not be green, I think it will actually be pink. Just so it matches Dragonair and Dratini. Yeah, I guess green is just not one of my colors. Like green and yellow really just aren't in my color wheel at all. I guess, I mean, regular base form Dragonite is like, obviously it's not yellow, it's like orange, but orange isn't really up there in my colors either. But I would probably say green is my least favorite color. Like, I'm just really not a green person. Yeah, I mean, that up there doesn't look too bad. Like, it's not the worst thing in the world, but I would still prefer it to be anything else. I would much prefer it to be either pink like the other two or blue or yeah, just not it's not awful. It's not the totally worst, but it's still hard for me to get behind. But yeah, we've all been asking that for a number of years. How did Dratini and Dragonair turn into Dragonite? I mean, it's kind of funny when like people break it down. Okay, where are my rippling spots? Hello. But it's been so long that like I don't even, where are the rippling spots? Hello, what is going on? This is the longest drought I've had of these the entire day. I kind of love it though. Like I kind of love that Dragonite goes from like two little serpentine, little snaky guys to a big old bipedal dragon. I don't know. I guess it's just, it's been around. It's been that way for so long for me that I've just gotten used to it. So it just is what it is. So I like it, but you know, I don't actually see it as, I don't think they would go with black, to be honest. You're not wrong, they do give black to a lot of dragon shinies. I just don't feel like it would match Dragonite's persona, like its aesthetic, its personality. Oh, appreciate it, Laser. Thank you so much. That's really kind. Thanks for dropping on in. Funnily enough, found a flawless Dragonite, and let's go and nice. That's awesome. Congrats on that. That is sweet. That is a Let's Go's one of those games. I haven't played it, but I have wanted to play it just because it seems like shiny hunting in that game would be really fun. I played Let's Go Pikachu for a grand total of maybe an hour, like a year ago, and that's it. About a week ago. But congrats, that's awesome. I am 1000% going to be playing Legends ZA, and I will be using Mega Dragonite. That is a guaranteed fact. Although, considering the way they did Megas in X and Y and all that, I wouldn't be shocked if a lot of the Megas in ZA are kind of locked to the post game. Hopefully not, maybe they'll change it up, but they did lock a lot of the Mega Stones to the post game of X and Y and Auras. So it'd be a little disappointing if I mean, I feel like they wouldn't show Mega Dragonite off. Because in the trailer, they're talking about how, like, there are wild Pokemon that are Mega Evolving on their own. And then in the trailer, they specifically talk about using Megas to fight those Pokemon, and they show Dragonite. So, like, it'd be a little weird if during the main story of the game, you're, like, fighting wild Megas, and that's what they revealed in this trailer. But then the Mega they revealed with it is one that you can't use during the main story. That'd be weird. So I got to imagine Dragonite will actually be available as a Mega during the main story. And I really hope so, because it'll be very disappointing if it's not. But also, I guess the Legends games aren't really ones that, like, have post-game content, right? I haven't played Arceus. I need to play Legends Arceus. I've been procrastinating that for so long. But, like, they're not really the kind of games, like, with much post-game, right? Like, it's really just all catching, even the post-game. So, I mean, they can always change up the formula, but I don't think they would put too many Megas locked to, like, a post-game of ZA. Yeah, I've seen some stuff floating around about Mega Leaks and things. I've been trying to avoid it. I don't really want to know. I'm not, like, I don't care super big? Why can't I think of a better word there? I don't care a whole lot. Like, if I get spoiled, is whatever. I'd prefer not to, but, like, if it happens, whatever, who cares? But yeah, there's certainly, I'm certainly looking forward to hearing about other new Megas. Oh, shoot. But yeah, if Mega Dragonite ends up getting Wind Rider or whatever it's called, that one ability that I think maybe Bramblegast has, if Mega Dragonite ends up getting like that or something, because I saw someone in the comments say like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if Mega Dragonite got this? If that were the case, I am 1000% going to be running Mega Dragonite with Wind Rider on the doubles ladder of champions. I'm going to become a Dragonite VGC master. Tailwind and Mega Dragonite, that will be my entire shtick. Oh, man. This would be a perfect little theme to get a shiny Dragonite to. Crossing the sea, just like Dragonite does. Crossing the sea, helping out sailors. Very fitting. Gotta make it happen. Gotta make it happen. It would just be way too good to be true though, to get a get a shiny Dragonite this early in the odds. Bam, 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 bam. But speaking of like crazy shiny, like odd, like shiny stuff happening, has anyone been keeping up with the Nuzlocke Invitational that Point Crow and Peachow put together for like a bunch of big streamers and Nuzlockers and stuff? Anyone been watching that? Because I saw a highlight the other day of it's like Ludwig is like running through, and I think DRXX is his coach, and Ludwig lost his Imbor, like his Imbor died in the Nuzlocke, and Fuslie was shiny hunting, and like 5 seconds after Ludwig's Imbor died, Fuslie ran into another freaking rippling spot. Fuslie found a shiny Imbor, and she was like watching his stream. Just happened to like be, you know, sitting there watching his stream while shiny hunting, and like live on on Twitch you just see like Ludwig lose his Imbor out of nowhere, and then literal seconds later she runs into a shiny Imbor in her game. What is this battle? Oh yeah, I was like, why don't I recognize this theme? It's Area 0. Well, that would be why. Hey yo, Cedric, watch me get this shiny Dragonite. Check this out. Okay, that would have been sick if that happened. That's Cedric Juniper standing down there in front of the bridge. Shoot. I wish there were more options to what you can run into when you run into the rippling spot. It's kind of lame that like Basculin's the only thing that you can like run into when you surf into rippling spots. Be nice if there was like something else a little more interesting instead of just a Basculin, but who will? Like give Horsey or Seadra a chance of being in the rippling spot when you surf into it. Dragon Spiral Tower might as well. You know, the real dragons are like underneath the water. That's why you gotta fish them up. But like when you're surfing on the water and you surf into a rippling spot, then you run into the like the water types that eventually become a dragon. You know? Ooh, going back for the Boldore. That's one I've been probably as soon as I get Yamask, I'm gonna start working on getting the Boldore or the Roggenrola line because those shinies are just too good. Definitely going to be going for a little Roggenrola out of an egg soon. I don't know about soon. I guess it depends on how long Yamask takes. Which the Yamask hunt is definitely taking a lot longer than Venipede. Good lord. You get Venipede eggs really, or they hatch really freaking fast. Yamask, not so much. Yamask eggs take a little bit, honestly, twice as long to hatch versus Venipede eggs. So the hunt has been slow and steady. But I think I'm a little over 200 eggs for Yamask so far, so not too bad. You know, the odds with everything is like 1 in 900, something like that, I believe. So a decent chance I can get a Yamask in the next like few weeks, hopefully. Only 730. You might need a few more than that. Like, what if you get like really lost in some caves? Like 730 might not cut it. Because, like, the mountains around here in Unova, they are a little tricky to navigate. Especially Twist Mountain. I swear, it doesn't matter how many times I play through these games, how many times I go through Twist Mountain, I always get lost. I never remember how to get through there. Speaking of Magikarp, I've been wanting to get back to the hunt for level 100 Magikarp in Platinum, or level 100 shiny Magikarp in Platinum. I've been wanting to get back on that. Mainly because I made a really fun thumbnail that I really want to use. Actually, I probably made that thumbnail a good like 9 months ago and haven't used it. But yeah, I want to get back around to trying that out. Even though it's a complete waste of time, it does nothing for my shiny living dex, because... Oh, did I run out of something there? I did. What was I going to say? Yeah, I already have a shiny Magikarp and a shiny Gyarados, so I have the whole line complete. I don't need another shiny Magikarp, but the fact that a shiny level 100 Magikarp is like a 1 in 10,000, I think is just kind of fun. Well, it's 1 in 10,000 with using the cute charm glitch, which is crazy. Actually, no, it's even more than that, right? It's 1 in 50,000. That's right. No, 1 in 10,000 is way too quick. Yeah, that hunt's a 1 in 50k to get a level 100 shiny Magikarp. And it's crazy that 1 in 50,000 is the best odds you can get for finding a shiny level 100 Magikarp in Platinum. At least, you know, finding it in Platinum in the, well, the only place to get a level 100 Magikarp is in the resort area. Grab me go. What you need a ghost type for? Oh goodness. Oh man. Ah, that's right. I forgot about explosion. You right, you right. But actually, you know what's even more fun? Don't get a ghost type. Get a Psyduck with damp. At least Psyduck gets damp, right? Pretty sure it does. That's even more fun. Send out your little headache duck to avoid the impending explosions. That's if Psyduck does get damp, right? It's like in my head, I'm thinking that's correct. Like, yeah, Psyduck gets damp, but I can't remember. Tornadus has isn't that what they always have? Don't they always have Prankster? Oh, that hasn't run out just yet. It's like the genie forms of Tornadus and Thundurus have Prankster, but then their other forms, you know, one has Regenerator, the other has Volt Absorb. Yeah, it's Thundurus and Tornadus have Prankster naturally in genie form. Tornadus has Regenerator in bird form. Thundurus has Volt Absorb, and it's what do you even call Therian Thundurus? It's like a leopard kind of. I don't know what you call the Thundurus Therian. Anyways, it has Volt Absorb, and then Landorus has Sheer Force as genie, and then Intimidate as the cat. Shoot. Little factoid, learned this from probably Wolfie. Wolf-Click, Wolf VGC in the video. Prankster Thundurus was pretty damn good once upon a time. Prankster Thundurus changed a whole lot of Pokemon mechanics. It was so broken. Let's see it. It made it so that electric types cannot be paralyzed, because for some reason in gens 1 through 5, freaking electric types can get paralyzed, which is the weirdest thing. But starting in Gen 6, they could not. Also, Thundurus got Thunder Wave's accuracy dropped from 100 to 90. And I think it's also because of, like, I think Wolfie said because of Prankster Thundurus. It also, they changed it so that dark types were immune to Prankster status moves. Something like that. Let's see, know what's better than a Pokemon with Damp? What is better than a Pokemon with Damp? An no, doesn't Jellicent get Damp? Yes, yeah, I got it right before you sent the message. Jellicent, a ghost type, gets Damp. Yeah, I just thought of that right before you sent it. I was like, wait. I know this. Because, yeah, it's just the weirdest thing. Like, why does Jellicent get Damp? It's already immune to both of the... at least at the time, you know, there's other explosion moves now, but, like Misty Explosion or whatever. But yeah, it was a funny little factoid. It's kind of like Rotom Fan having Levitate, even though it's a flying type. So thinking about it, as a flying type with Levitate, if you use Smackdown on Rotom Fan, does that get rid of both of its immunities to ground? Like, you just have to use Smackdown on Rotom Fan once, and it's like both the flying typing and Levitate are nullified? Because I feel like technically you should have to do it twice. Like, you smack down on it to get rid of Levitate, then you got to use it again to get rid of the flying type. Because, like, it's extra floaty, so, you know. You got to go through double the work to make it get hit by ground type moves. You know, that just reminded me. Or... I just thought about this. What all Pokemon are electric flying? Is it just Zapdos and Rotom Fan? Are there any other? The Kilowattra is also electric flying. Those the only 3 electric flying types? Zapdos. No, and then Thundurus. We're just talking about Thundurus, obviously. But are Rotom Fan and Kilowattra the only non-legendary electric flying types? I'm thinking about this because I'm thinking about Kaizo Ironmon, and I think Rotom Fan's the only electric flying type I could use in the game because Zapdos is banned being legendary. Rotom Fan would be really good for Kaizo Ironmon. Good BST. Electric flyings are really complementary typing to each other. That'd be really solid to run. Man, it's like something in my nose. Goodness. I guess when it comes to catching Boldore, you're just gonna... I guess with the Jellicent, can you really whittle it down at all? Or are you just gonna try and hope that you can catch it from full with a bunch of Pokeballs? Fair enough, fair enough. I mean, he's just a Boldore. He'd probably be able to catch that pretty easily. Thinking about it though, the color scheme of Gigalith, the whole line, there isn't really a Pokeball that matches that super well, is there? I guess Dive Ball does work because of the blue. Yeah, there are no purple Pokeballs, are there? Not that I can think of off the top of my head. The Master Ball, obviously. But outside of the Master Ball, which, you know, more abundantly common Pokeballs, I don't think there's any... Which I guess would make sense why there are no other purple Pokeballs, because purple has become... that's reserved for the Master Ball, so yeah. Netball, yeah, net would work too, I think. I think, yeah, Dusk also works. I like the animation when you send the Pokemon out in the Dust Ball. I think that complements Shinies really well. Ooh, smacked my DS trying to set it down. Yeah, speaking of Pokeballs, do I have it? I'm like well stocked up on Pokeballs, right? That's a great question. Let's see, what do I got? Okay, we got 51 Ultra Balls, we got 26 Pokeballs, 26 Dusk Balls, 3 quick balls. What else do I got? 4 great balls, 3 premier balls, 3 net balls. Do I gotta have dust balls, right? Got my 2 master balls. 2 master balls. Did I fight Colress already? Because you get 1 from Juniper before, which is crazy. You get 1 from Juniper before the like 6th gym. I guess I already fought Colress and got a master ball from him. I don't know why I don't remember that. Nest balls. Do I not have any dust balls, really? Blue. Dusk stone. 1 heal ball, 1 timer ball, 1 die ball. I might need to stock up on some Pokeballs. I mean, I got plenty of like ultras and stuff. I really thought I bought more. Huh. That's weird. I don't have any dust balls, really? Or did I miss that somehow? I'm gonna go. Where can you buy these Pokeballs? Go to the Pokemart real quick, or Pokemon Center. Actually, I'll need to wait on that. I'm gonna reset the game eventually because of past powers and stuff. So that's strange. I really remember having more Pokeballs than that. Let me, while I'm thinking about this, where is, where are you? There you go. I want properties. Oh, you're already maxed out on the outline. Oh, I can't go any higher. Never mind. Okay. I mean, I'm good on Pokeballs. Like, we find a shiny Dragonite. I should have plenty of balls to catch it. Did I miss the Dusk Balls completely? Because like I feel like Dusk Ball would work really well for Dragonite. Did I just not notice those in my bag? I swear I would have bought a bunch of those. Ultra. Oh, it was like the 3rd one up here. I just completely forgot I had them. Yeah, but isn't like Nest Ball, isn't that like really difficult to catch a Dragonite in? Especially a high level one? I only have 2 of them, so. Which I guess also Dusk Ball, it's nighttime, so I guess if I got a shiny now, the Dusk Ball would be good. If I found one of these during the day, not so much. Shoot, why did I do that? You know, I think it's cooled down enough in my room. I think I've cooled down enough. Let's throw the Dragonite hoodie back on. Why not? Maybe bring some good luck. Did not last long in this thing earlier, but it's cooled down enough in here. I think it should be good. Let's throw this back on. You know, I actually haven't done a normal wild encounter hunt yet. All my hunts have been soft resets or eggs or little special hunts. I mean, these are wild encounters, but they're like a little different because you're like fishing in the rippling spots and stuff. But I haven't done just a run around in the grass in the cave, surf around just on the plain water. I haven't done like a hunt like that yet. I haven't done any of those. I guess technically the Magikarp hunt that I was doing in Platinum kind of counts. Well, no, it's because it's fishing as well. But I guess those are like kind of normal encounters, but then I'm also using like cute charm glitch to try and get specifically a level 101. So it's like similar but different. So I do need to sit down and commit to just doing like a double grass hunt, just running around in double grass, trying to get something. It'll be fun. Or maybe I still might do a hunt in the ranch. There's no double grass in there, but like I think it'd be fun to try and get like a shiny Riolu in the Flossessie Ranch. Only thing is there's just like a lot of other shinies in there that, I mean, I guess I kind of still need them. I think I already have a shiny Psyduck, I'm pretty sure. But I guess I always need another one that I could evolve into a Golduck. I don't think I have Mareep, Flaffy, or Ampharos yet. And then all the Unova ones I still need. Lillipup, Pidove. What all? Lillipup, Pidove. What other Unova Pokemon are in the ranch? Is it just those two? I don't think Patrat or Purloin are in the ranch. Swaddle's not there either. Those are the only two. Patrat is in the ranch. Why was I thinking Patrat wasn't there? I guess getting a Zurill will be cool too. I think I do have a Meryl already, but getting a Zurill would be fine. I think the ranch would be a fun wild encounter place to hunt. And since it's so early in the game, I could easily do a 4 console hunt of it. Now, granted, I only have the shiny charm in one game, but with 4 consoles going, it's fine. You don't really need the charm quite as much on all the games. Definitely of all the mons in the ranch though, Pidove would be the worst to get as a shiny. Yeah, that one's pretty rough. Lillipup doesn't have like the world's greatest shiny. Still better than Pidove though. Yeah, it's also kind of rare. You know, weirdly enough, I think it was Flossessy Ranch that really sold me on Black 2 White 2 when I first played it. I don't know why. Just when I first played it, something about that area and the fact that you could like find Riolu there, it just spoke to me. I just started playing the game, I got there, I'm exploring the ranch, find a Riolu. I'm just like, yes, this is it. This is peak. And then from there, it's just been like Black 2 White 2, pinnacle apex of Pokemon for me. Well, I guess maybe not the whole time since then. There was a pretty solid period since the very first time I played Black 2 White 2, where I would have considered Gen 2 and Crystal my favorite games. But probably around like 2018, 2019, I would say that's when Black 2 White 2 really took over for me as my favorite games. Cynthia's theme is just too good. Shoot. Like, I don't know how they managed to craft such a, like, good champion. Like, everything about, specifically in Platinum, because of how they changed her room around. Because, like, in Diamond and Pearl, basically all of the Elite Four looked kind of lame. But, specifically the upgrades to Cynthia's room in Platinum is like, it gives so much more of a menacing like vibe when you step in there. Like, it feels really intimidating because it's like all black. It's just like, it's like a black throne in a way. It's just like, just exudes power. And then like the theme, which I'll say every champion has a banger theme. Like, Pokemon knows how to make good champion themes, but Cynthia's is like just top notch. Like, I wouldn't say it's like leaps and bounds above the rest. I love the Heart Gold Soul Silver champion theme specifically, and I think Iris has a really good champion theme as well. And then the way the PWT remixes Cynthia's theme, oh, it's so good. The PWT remixes of all, like, basically all the themes are really freaking good, but like Cynthia's especially is just crazy. Like, it somehow makes it even more intense and dramatic. Oh shoot. I am doing this way too much. I'm going to run into a shiny Basculin and it's going to ruin my day. Adam D, what up, what up? This is Pokemon White, Black 2. I forgot which, it's Pokemon Black 2. I have multiple copies of White 2 and Black 2, so I was like, which one am I playing again? It's Black 2. But what up? How's it going? Thanks for joining the stream. Appreciate it. Well, you got In's Woobat? That's sick. I haven't run into any of In's Pokemon yet. But no, yeah, this is actually a physical console. I'm using the cap card, so I'm playing on my DS and it's connected to my computer. But Gabriel, what up, what up? How's it going? I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself? But Blaze Black and like Blaze Black 2 Redux, all that, I've been meaning to get around to play those for a second. I haven't played a ROM hack in a hot minute. Ah, that's fair. That's fair. Have you ever messed around with like a ROM and changed it so that a shiny Pokemon has in sparkles as well? I've messed around with that before, just like playing around, like creating teams and stuff for my ROMs of like White 2. And when you send out a Pokemon with both the shiny sparkles and in sparkles, it's really freaking cool. It's really unfortunate that In's Pokemon, which it makes sense that In's Pokemon can't be found as shinies, but it's really unfortunate because they'd be sick as hell if they could. Nice, congrats on the shiny Dratini. That's awesome. That is a real sick. It's been over a decade since I got a shiny of the Dragonite line. Did some chain fishing back in the day in X and Y and got, I think, a shiny Dragonair. But I have not got any of these shinies in a hot minute. I feel like In would have like the superpower to make Pokemon be shiny. Like I feel like In could just convince Pokemon to become shiny. I don't know. I could just see him walking through like, or going through the game just like, what Pokemon do I want for my team? Yes, I will take you and you shall be shiny. And the Pokemon's just like, okay. Yeah, unfortunately buying through Walmart online is really sketchy. And yeah, unfortunately buying Pokemon games in general online is just really difficult because there's a lot of fakes running around out there. I feel like I'm pretty good at spotting the fakes, and even still when I buy a used Pokemon game, I spend like an hour inspecting it. I'm like, this thing is real, right? Like I'm like Inspector Gadget, just going in, making sure everything is legit. But that was encounter number 500. That was kind of anticlimactic. Did not didn't do anything special for that, but and it was also a Basculin. Ooh. I luckily don't think, I don't believe I have bought a shiny, or not a shiny. I don't believe I've bought a fake Pokemon game yet. I'm pretty positive that everything I've bought has been legit, but who knows, maybe they're just the world's greatest fakes and I haven't been able to figure it out. Now, I do know this game I'm playing right now is legit because I bought it back in 2013, so... And I bought it from GameStop. Doesn't necessarily mean GameStop couldn't be duped, and it was used, it wasn't new. But like, I'm very confident that this game is legit. Not necessarily. Some fakes are well made. I mean, I feel like for the most part, you probably could figure it out and pick it out. And like, you know, that it's fake. But sometimes, like, you never know. Sometimes they can be made pretty well. Obviously, the ones that have like the little R4 card or whatever in the top, like, then it's like, yeah, okay, that one's not real. But there's the occasional fake out there that is actually manufactured kind of good. Yeah, apparently the test of like shining a light through the cartridge is no longer 100% like viable. Because it used to be that if you would shine a light through any of the DS games, you could like you could see like a little translucent red kind of thing. And it was like, okay, well, this is legit. The fakes couldn't mirror that, but I think the fakes are getting on the, yeah, like Rue said, some of the fakes can mirror the little red tint that you get when you shine a light through the game. Oh shoot. I mean, yeah, honestly, truthfully, if like you're just looking to play the game handheld and you're not really that interested in transferring the mons up to any other generations, then like as long as the fake works appropriately and you paid a reasonable, like not an extravagant price for it, there's nothing wrong with playing like a $10-$20 fake cartridge just for fun. Especially considering how stupid expensive the games are becoming. Certainly nothing wrong with that. Shoot, I went by a thrift store the other day. They actually had a copy of Heart Gold, which I was shocked by. You like never see Heart Gold or Soul Silver out in public. They had a copy of Heart Gold that they wanted $230 for. I was like, well, I'm not buying that. Like, I need a copy of Heart Gold to complete my Gen 4, remake collection, because I have Soul Silver and Japanese copies of Heart Gold and Soul Silver, but I am not spending $230 on a copy of Heart Gold. That is ridiculous. Now, I have intentionally bought a ROM hack cartridge before. I bought a Pokemon Prism, I think it was. It looks like a GBC Game Boy Color cartridge. And it's really cool. It plays on like a Game Boy Advance, all that. Game Boy Color. But yeah, it's the fake cartridge that I bought off eBay. And it came with a case too. It like looks all official, like a real game and everything. Pretty sweet. I haven't actually like played it. I bought it. I bought it for a TikTok series I was doing like 5 years ago. I was like buying up used old Pokemon games and checking save files on them. And someone in the comments was like, oh, you should buy a fake game and see if there's the save data on it. I was like, okay. So I bought a ROM hack, and of course it was clean. And fresh game, nothing, no save data on it. But still cool. Unfortunately, It's in my closet over here, which is obstructed by some stuff, so I can't get to it right now to show it off, but it's pretty neat. But yeah, I feel you there, Adam. I really wish that they would release the older games on Virtual Console. Like, everything in the pre-Gen 6 era, I feel like... How long did I not have Lucky Power before? I don't know. Do I have enough orbs for... I do not. Actually, I gotta reset the game. But yeah, I really think they should release everything from Gens 1 to 5 in the Virtual Console for Switch. Because, like, I know they like Pokemon being hype. I know they like Pokemon being, you know, sought after and desired. But, like, they benefit nothing from the secondhand game, like the old games that they, you know, aren't selling anymore. They're all secondhand, being resold online. Like, they benefit nothing from in those games. Being so exorbitantly high, like... A copy of Pokemon White 2 and Black 2 costing $150 does nothing for Game Freak and Nintendo, so I don't know why they don't just put them on the Virtual Console for like 10, 20 bucks and make some money off of people playing like legit versions of them and not like ROM hacks and, you know, emulators and all that. But I don't know. I personally, I think it's because they don't want they don't want the old games overshadowing the new games. I think that's honestly the entire reason. I don't think they want the old games to overshadow the new games. They don't want people not playing the new releases because they're too caught up in playing the old games. Oh, nice. That is next level right there. I've been thinking about getting one of those little pocket emulator things. I forget what they're called. Ambernick or something like that. Those little handheld ROM or emulator devices you can buy and put ROMs on them and play them. They like look like DS's or Game Boy Advances and all that. Been thinking about getting one of those. Seems like it'd be cool. But then also I have like I have so many cartridges of like the actual games for shiny hunting that I don't really need to do that, to be honest. Well, I guess if I wanted to start over and play them from like scratch, I can't do that because I need the save files where they are for shiny hunting, but I guess it would be cool to play like ROM hacks on the go. It'd be kind of fun. But absolutely for sure. Gen 5, I mean Gen 5 overshadows every generation as it is, so you are not wrong. If they put Gen 5 on the Switch, there'd be too many Timmies and Tinas out there, too many little Timmies and Tinas discovering that Gen 5 is peak and that the new Pokemon games are kind of booty. Well, probably not. The really young kids, like the 5-year-olds, would probably see the graphics of this game and go, "Oh my god, that's so gross. No, give me Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. This is old people games. These games were probably made in the 1950s. They're so old. They're not even 3D." Oh, that reminds me. When I was at the card shop earlier today picking up these cards, I showed these off earlier on stream. I don't know if anyone saw me showing them off, but I picked up some Pokemon cards earlier on earlier today at a local card shop. And when I got there, there was this kid. He was probably, I don't know, 6, 7 years old. He was there with his grandma looking at Pokemon cards. And I was just sitting there listening to him talk. And it was so funny, but it was really hard for me to sit there and listen to him, because he's talking to one of the employees while they're like helping him look at cards, and he's just spouting off Pokemon, like saying, he's like trying to talk to her about like Pokemon facts, and he's just so completely wrong. I'm just sitting there like you can't chime in and tell this 6-year-old that he's wrong. Let him learn and just live his life. Sitting there looking at cards like, okay, well, that's wrong. That's not true. Where are you getting that information? That's not right. And like, he had the employee pull out a a promo card that was like a full art shiny Bolton, which is like, the employee told him, I was like, oh, this is $1. And the kid was like, oh my god, really? That's like one of the rarest cards ever. And I'm just sitting there like, kids are too funny. Honestly, I kind of miss that, like, just wonder of the, the wonder of the world, where everything is just like a mystery and you're just figuring it all out and you're just like learning as you go and everything's the greatest thing you've ever seen. But I did think it was funny. I was just like, this kid has got a lot to learn about Pokemon. He is spouting off some crazy facts right now. And also, when I got there, like, so he and his grandma were standing right in front of the card case, looking at the ones in the display case, which is what I like to look at when I get there. So I'm just waiting for them to, like, move on. So I'm like walking around the store looking at other things while they're looking in there. And I hear the kid go, what about that Dragonite card? In my head, I'm like, no, that's mine. Which, no, it's not. I don't need it. I already own every Dragonite card out there. But for a brief second in my head, I was like, wait, is that a Dragonite card I need? No, kid, that's mine. Don't you dare buy it. But then I remembered, I was like, wait, I own every Dragonite card. What am I doing? It was the full art Dragonite V from the Pokemon Go set. He didn't end up buying it, but once they left, I went and looked at the case and I was like, oh, that's the Dragonite he was talking about. Yeah, I got that one. It was cool to see that he wasn't a little Charizard hype fan. He ended up buying a little Azurill plushie because he said he really likes Azurill because he caught one in like Scarlet and Violet, and so it's like one of his favorite Pokemon, which I thought was really cool. Just a little kid, just like, yeah, I really like Azurill. I'm gonna get the Azurill plushie. I was like, oh, that's nice. He's not a little Charizard Umbreon hype beast. He's like, he's out here enjoying the Pokemon he likes. I feel you there. I've been collecting a bit more now than, because like I was really heavy on collecting cards in 2020 and 2021. Like I was going crazy collecting, and then I started slowing down in 2022 and 2023. 2024 was like definitely my lowest year of collecting. Like I was really like buying like 1, maybe 2 cards a month, like just little things here or there that I like, just kind of wanted for the collection. Wasn't going too crazy, opening some packs every now and then. But definitely this year with the hype of cards hasn't really like gotten me to go crazy again. Like I'm being a lot more cautious and conservative with collecting now than I was back in 2020, but I have started buying more just because like the hype's kind of back, so it's like more people are talking about it more, so it kind of gets in your head and you're like, oh, I kind of want to pick up some more Pokemon cards too. So I have been buying a little bit more this year than I was like the last 2 years, but being infinitely more responsible than I was in 2020. 2020 was bad. I feel like there's a bug itching my leg down there. I mean, I don't know if I know the exact reasons why everything went super crazy. It might have just been because of the sets they were releasing. Did I run out of a pass power? No, I'm good. I think it might have just been like the whole like Eevee set. Of course, I ran into the freaking bubble. I think Prismatic might have been a big driving factor. I really don't know what caused the hype this time around. Logan Paul was definitely a big contributor back in 2020, though. I don't think he really cares about Pokemon cards anymore, though. I think he got into it in 2020 and 2021, and then, you know, he's rich, so he can just buy whatever he wants, and he got all, you know, all the old rare Charizards and was like, okay, I'm done hyping up the market. I'm gonna go away. Haven't really heard about him being into Pokemon cards anymore. But yeah, I think it's mainly because they released Prismatic Evolutions, and because it had like a new hype Umbreon in it, everyone was freaking out like, oh my god, this card's gonna be worth so much money, I'm gonna become rich by getting Moonbreons. And I think that brought the sneakerheads back into the fray, and they were like, wait, I can make money flipping stuff? That's my whole shtick. And so, yeah, I think it was just a snowball effect of like new cool sets coming out, YouTubers, you know, pumping stuff up, talking about it all the time. It was just, I think it was just a snowball effect of a lot of things this time around. I think the fact that so many people are desperately looking for a way to make a quick buck as well, lends to it too. A lot of people are pretty desperate to find a way to make money outside of a traditional 9-to-5. So when you tell someone that like, oh, you can buy Pokemon cards and instantly sell them for a profit, people are like, wait, I don't gotta work a 9-to-5 and I can just make money selling Pokemon cards? Sign me up. I just don't understand why people actually buy from scalpers, though. Like, I've been collecting for a minute now. I have not once bought a thing of Pokemon cards off of eBay or Mercari or anything like that for above MSRP. Like, I have never once bought at least nothing like modern, like nothing that's on the shelves or supposed to be on the shelves right now. That's supposed to be, you know, $50. People are selling it for $80. Like, you know, obviously I've bought old packs that are obviously not the same price that they were back then, but like, I just don't understand why people buy the modern stuff for inflated prices from scalpers. Like, I understand it's fun to open packs. People are falling, you know, the FOMO YouTubers are opening a whole bunch. They're like, oh, I want to do that too. But like, I don't know. When I know that a product is supposed to be $50 at Target and it's selling on eBay for 90 to 100, I don't want to buy that. Like, just let me buy it at Target for $50. Like, I don't want to spend twice that much money just to open some packs and probably not pull anything. Like, I've opened way too many packs in my time and pulled nothing to care about spending over MSRP for packs. Like, like I've gone to Target and bought, you know, when I started in 2020, it was right before the hype went crazy, like early 2020, before everything was wild. So like my local Target was stocked with Pokemon cards for, you know, for like 8 months before COVID and Logan Paul and all that. So like I never had like empty shelves for the first like 8 months I was collecting. I can't tell you how many times I went to Target and bought like $150, $200 worth of packs to open and pulled nothing. Just absolutely nothing. And it was just like, why am I doing this? Like, why am I doing this to myself? I've got another 12 minutes to get a shiny in that time. I will do my best. But yeah, it took some time to come to my senses and be like, why am I spending all this money opening packs? I'm not pulling anything. It's like I was pulling things, obviously. Like I pulled some pretty sick cards, but never enough to truly justify like how much money I was spending on it. And like obviously opening packs is not always about making a return on your money. But at a certain point it does get like a little like it does weigh on you. You're like, like I'm having fun opening the packs, but then like an hour later once I'm done, I realized I just spent that much money and didn't really get anything out of it. So like it's fun in the moment, but then later you're just like, I don't know, I kind of wish I hadn't done that. But yeah, Japanese Pokemon products are a lot more consistent. Like their booster boxes, you know exactly how many hits you're going to get. Like you said, you're guaranteed to get a but like also the guaranteed hit isn't guaranteed to be like anything good. Like it's, you know, it's guaranteed to be like a full art or better. But like, you know, sometimes that full art is just like a, you know, iron worker or whatever it's called. Like it's just a basic trainer that's just kind of like, oh well, that was my hit for the box. But yeah, it's certainly opening Japanese Pokemon product it's a lot more fun and a lot more worth the money, I feel like, and it's not nearly as expensive. I've opened more Japanese booster boxes than I have English, and they're a lot more fun to open for sure. And when you're done, you're not like, oh my god, I spent so much money and didn't barely pulled anything. So Black Bolt and White Flare are different because they don't have any booster boxes. But yeah, since there are so many IRs, it's like pretty common for you to pull one. But since there are no booster boxes for Black Bolt and White Flare, there's technically nothing like guaranteed in any product. But like because there are so many hits, it's like more likely than not you're gonna get something. Whereas like sets that have booster boxes, it's like you buy a booster box, you're pretty like you know you're gonna get something. Like you know you're gonna open a booster box and pull like, you know, a few SIR or a few IRs and SIR, you know, stuff like that. But like sets that only have like ETBs and booster bundles and all that, you could buy some of those products and technically not pull anything. Because they don't guarantee pulls quite the same for ETBs and all that. Yeah, I really wish, I wouldn't say I really wish, but it would have been nice if I could have actually opened some packs of Black Bolt and White Flare. Just because I like Gen 5 so much, I kind of would like to be able to open that set, but at the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal. At some point in the future, I don't know when, you know, once this set is out of everyone's memory, people aren't so hyped on it, I'm going to buy every IR and SIR from these sets and make a whole binder for the Gen 5 Pokedex. Because the art is so good. Like, it really is so freaking good. And I just love Gen 5, so like eventually I am going to sit down and get all of the IRs and SIRs, but it is not going to be for a hot minute. So hopefully by the time I get around to that, there's, you know, much cheaper to buy. Which they're already pretty cheap, I'm pretty sure. I think most of the IRs are like $2, maybe $3. I probably have seen the Dynamo one. I think I've seen all of them. I've looked at all of them. I don't think I remember what it looks like, though. There's so many of them. It's hard to remember what they all look like. Now, I'm not sure if I want to complete the set in Japanese or English. Because generally, I like Japanese cards more. But English will probably be easier to obtain. Obviously, I live in America, so like buying English cards like online is easier. I've bought some cards from Japan before on eBay. It, you know, pretty simple. It takes like a month for them to get to you, but not really any kind of hassle. It just takes a long time for them to ship. But I do like the quality of Japanese cards more than the English, especially for the SIRs, like the ones with the text. Like any card that has texture on it looks infinitely better in Japanese versus English. Like Japan knows how to texture their Pokemon cards. They look so freaking good. And they have for a long time. Like as soon as they started adding texture to Pokemon cards, like way back with the freaking the black and white era, the full arts, like I have this full art Kyurem White in Japanese, and the texturing on that card is insane. It is so freaking cool. The English cards have certainly gotten better about the texturing. There was a while like where the texturing on the English cards was it was nowhere near what Japan could do, but they've gotten better. They've certainly gotten better. The one big hurdle to collecting the entire set in Japanese, though, is the fact that that all-red Victini card is a, like, tournament promo card in Japan, whereas opposed to just being in the set in English. So, I'm pretty sure the red, like, full art Victini is really freaking expensive in Japanese, whereas in English, it's like, yeah, moderately expensive, but it's a lot more rare in the Japanese side because it's kind of a tournament promo card. At least I'm pretty sure it is. It's what one of my buddies was telling me. I haven't looked into it much myself because I just don't want to even tempt myself with buying the cards right now. I'm just going to wait for them to go down in price and pick them up like next year or something like that. But I will have a complete set of all the IRs and SARs from Black Bolt and White Flare. One day. It will happen one day. Although, to be fair, there's like a number of... a large number of sets I've been trying to binder complete for a while now that I just haven't. So, I always get optimistic and I say I'll do it. We'll see if I actually commit and really do it. I've been trying to complete Japanese Neo Destiny for 5 years now. I've been going back and forth saying I'm going to complete the Japanese VS series for 5 years now. The only sets I've actually sat down and truly committed to getting were the Dragonite Master set. It's not really a set of cards. It's just every Dragonite card. Did commit and sit down and do that. And then, surprisingly, Evolutions, the 20th anniversary set that came out in 2016, I unintentionally completed like 99% of that set. Like I said, I was going a little crazy in 2020 opening product, and there was a lot of evolutions in everything you opened. Like, they printed evolutions into the ground, and it was in every product out there. I ended up unintentionally opening so much evolutions that I decided to like look through my bulk and pull it all together, and I was like, wait, I'm only missing 9 cards from this master set. It was 2 full arts and 7 reverse hollows. I was like, well, it's 6 reverse hollows, and of course, my luck, I never pulled the hollow Charizard from evolutions. Like, there's only like 12 hollows in the set, maybe a little bit more than that. I pulled every hollow in that set probably 8 times at least. Never pulled the hollow Charizard somehow, though. But yeah, I was like, well, I'm only 9 cards away. And also, no, I didn't pull there was 2 full arts and 1 EX that I never pulled. And of course, the only full art I never pulled, no, I'm getting this has been a while now. Anyways, there's a Dragonite EX and a Dragonite full art EX in evolutions. And of course, I never pulled either of them. I pulled every EX in the set probably 5 times. Never once pulled the Dragonite. I pulled most of the full arts a number of times. Never pulled the Dragonite full art. It was just like, what the heck? Probably the 3 cards in the set that I wanted to pull the most, both the Dragonites and the Charizard Hollow, never pulled. Pulled everything else. But I did eventually pick them all up and completed the evolution set. That's one of those things that, like, I always forget I have that in my collection. Like, I'll just randomly, like, remember it one day. I'm like, oh yeah, I have a complete evolution set. I did also complete Celebrations from the 25th anniversary, but that was like a really small set, and most of those cards were so cheap that, completing that set was pretty easy. So, I don't know if I really consider that one. Like, I mean, I did complete the set, but it's like 50 total cards, so there's not really much. They're cool cards. Owning a Gold Star Umbreon in any capacity is pretty cool. It's a pretty sick card. I think it's been a minute since we last saw a Dragonite, right? I feel like I haven't seen one of these in a second. That's gonna do it for me. I'll probably have to get more passwords or something. Well, good luck with all that. That is always a grand time trying to get those pass orbs. Super fun stuff. shoot, this is why I can't be a speedrunner. My reflexes are so... Now, granted, when you're speedrunning, you kind of like know where you're going. You like know the routing a little better, but like, God, my reflexes are so bad. I definitely had time to avoid that. I just ran right into it. I've gotten pretty lucky so far with like my shiny hunts where I'm using my my orbs and stuff for the lucky power and all that. I've managed to get them pretty early into the day, into the session. So like I think with most all the ones I've gotten out of the eggs, I think I've only lost like maximum 100, maybe 150 pass orbs before getting the shiny and like having to save and get some more back. So I haven't like completely drained out my orbs and then found a shiny and been like, well, damn, now I gotta heavy grind to get more of them. So been a little lucky in that regard. But that's fair. I mean, 300 orbs lasts you, well, lasts you a decent bit. You like 30 minutes before you have to reset it. It's not too terrible. Shoot, that's so annoying. I do not want to run into a shiny Basculin this way. I will be so mad if I run into a shiny Basculin, not even by fishing it up, just by running into the water. Boom, 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 boom. I think I will go until 600 encounters, and then that is where I will call it an evening, a night. It is definitely going to be like midnight at least, or well, maybe a little bit before midnight. Yeah, we'll try to get to 600 encounters, which pretty good for the day. 350 total encounters. Honestly, more than I thought I would get in. I need to remember for the next time I do this hunt on the layout. I need to put a little like small shiny basculin somewhere on the screen, kind of like hiding, like maybe up behind the encounter text or something. Just put a little shiny basculin somewhere, since it is a possibility for us to find it. All right, we're in one of our Dragonite waves. Had a little bit of a drought. Now we're riding the wave. I've seen a few Dragonite in a row, or somewhat near each other. You know what? I just had a really fun idea. Before, unless I get the shiny here, obviously, in the next 25 encounters in the next, like, 10 or so minutes. Before I do this hunt again, I should go back to Platinum with the Cute Charm glitch. I should get this number up here all the way up to, was it 148 or something like that? Because what, Dragonite's number 149 in the dex? I should get the encounter number up here, or the shiny dex total number to 148, so that whatever member of the line we get, whether it's Dragonite, Dragonair, Dratini, we get that shiny as number 149. Be kind of fun. Now, granted, that might not happen because, like, even if I do get that number up there to 148 through, like, finding a bunch of shinies and platinum, I have been doing, because I've been doing the whole, like, egg hunting on the side, I probably most likely end up finding a shiny through the eggs before I actually got to finding a shiny this way, so might not work out, but I'm gonna give it a shot at least. You know what? We got like 23 more encounters. I'm gonna lock in. We shall channel. Just looks ridiculous. Just like the horn. I will channel Dragonite for these last 23 encounters and see if we can get get a shiny. I will become the Dragonite. I will blend in. They will accept me as one of their own, as a member of the tribe, and that will lure out the shiny. I swear, if that had worked, like, could you imagine if that had worked? Like, I swear on everything, if that had been a freaking shiny, I would have lost it. I mean, I'm gonna lose it no matter what when, if it's a shiny Dragonite, but like, if that one specifically had been shiny, that would have been too good. And one thing about having this hood up, I don't really like talking while the hood's up. It like muffles my own voice back to me. I don't really like it. Sounds weird. Sounds like I have a pillow over my ears or something. It's also why I don't wear headphones when I'm streaming. I know a lot of people, when they make stream, make videos, whatever, they'll wear headphones. I don't like myself not being able to hear unimpeded. when I'm doing this. I don't like having like stuff in my ears, so this is kind of like awkward covering me up. Frozen Solid, what up, what up? How's it going? What's your favorite shiny I have? Favorite one that I have? That's tough, that's tough. Like, my favorite shiny of all time is shiny Aegislash. Favorite one that I have? That's a great question. At the moment, it's probably my shiny Tepig just because of the story behind it. Not necessarily because, like, you know, Imbor has a really good shiny. Shiny Tepig's fine. Haven't evolved it up to an Imbor yet, but as of right now, my shiny Tepig that I have in this game is my favorite because it took me 17,000 encounters in 8 months to get. So special place in my heart for that little pig. But in terms of just like pure aesthetics, based on how the shiny looks, I'm trying to remember what else shinies I have. Shoot, accidentally ran into a little bubble spot. I never got the Sableye. Shiny Steelix is really cool. I got one of those. That's a really tough question. I haven't gone, most of my shinies are in my Platinum, my copy of Platinum. I haven't gone in there in a second and looked at what all I have. I do have a shiny Totodile. That's a real nice shiny. So honestly, that might be it. Shiny Totodile looks really good. I'll say that probably right now. I'll say shiny Totodile. Real good looking shiny. Sorry, that was a whole rant. You just asked a basic question and I just spent like 5 minutes answering. Alright, to rippling spot where you be. Definitely putting on the hood has made me warmer. I was like feeling pretty solid. Now I'm like, I'm getting a little sweaty with the hood on. It was trapping heat up here by my head. Shoot, why do I keep doing this? Gotta lock in, I gotta do better. All right, 14 more chances on the night before we call it an evening. Let's see. What do we got? I want to at least see 2 more Dragonites. At least 2 more. Just give me the chance. Give me the shot. I'm gonna have enough. I should have enough passwords to make it through these next 12, right? Should be good. I have enough. Let's see, how many do I have? Oh yeah, got plenty. All right. This will put us at 10 more to go. 10 more until 600. Can we get a shiny today? Can we get one tonight? That would be pretty rad. Not gonna lie, it'd be pretty rad. And then July, yeah. July has been a really good month for me for shinies, actually. So, it'd be very fitting to find this thing today. I was 4 months in between shinies. I got Dialga back in March, and I hadn't found anything for 4 months. And then I got Sigilif, Venipede, and Litwick in like a week and a half. So it'd be pretty nice if I could add Dragonite to this as well, or at least a member of the Dragonite line. Just really conclude a good shiny hunting July. Have not seen a Dragonite yet since I asked for 2 of them. All right, right next to the pillar. This is where the shiny Dragonites like to hang out. They like to hang out against the pillar in the water. It was a long shot. It was worth a try. A long shot. I'm telling you though, the lucky spot, I know it. The lucky spot is going to be up in this crevice up here. Like, the shiny will be found up here in this little crevice area between the pillars. I just know it. That is the lucky area. All right, come on. I just want to see two Dragonites. That's all I want to see. 2 more before we call it. Tossed. What up, what up? How's it going? I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. All shiny luck is greatly appreciated. All right, come on, Rippling Spot. Where are you? Hello. It's taking so long. Okay, what is that? Why is this taking forever? Hello? That was way too long. Goodness. All right. Okay, well, there's one. We just need to see one more. I did ask for 2. Encounter 759. Okay. We're not going to get there today, unfortunately. That would be probably the next hunt, but I'll make note of that. I'll jot that down on a notepad so we don't forget it. All right, 5 more chances on the... Actually, did I run out of... Yeah, so that is why it's now taking a while. You gotta turn on the encounter power. I think it's interesting that the text only says rustling grass and dust clouds, but it definitely works on the ripple spots. I don't know why it doesn't mention those as well. Why it just says rustling grass and dust clouds. Kind of weird. Why not mention all 3? All right, another Dragonair. Around mid 700s. Okay, I'll keep that in the noggin. That would be a really good hunt. That would be very well under odds for us to get that. All right. What do we got here? What do we got? Come on. 4 more chances to see 1 more Dragonite to call it a good evening. Another Dragonair. All right, let's rattle off 3 Dragonites in a row. Let's do it. I know I only asked for 1 more, but let's see 3 more. It's a Dratini. That's all right. That's all right. Okay, we're working our way up the evolutionary line. We got Dratini, Dragonair. We're in on Dragonite. Number 600 will be the guy. All right, come on now. Let me see it. Let me see it. Give me a Dragonite and let's let it be shiny. Come on. Counter number 600, last one of the night. What do we got? What do we got? It is another Dragonair. Unfortunately, only got 1 Dragonite in those last like 15 encounters. Kind of unfortunate. But I would keep going until we see another Dragonite, but if it was like, if we saw it at like 601, that'd just bother me. I'd be like, well, I can't end it at 601. That's like a, you know, it's an odd number. It's just not satisfactory. So we're gonna call it here at 600 encounters. It was a good night. Got 350 total encounters in. Pretty good, pretty good. Very fun. Very good time. I'm always terrible at these outros. I don't know what. Anyways, I might come back and do this tomorrow. We'll see. I might come back, and I had a fun time with this one. This is a fun hunt. So might come back and do this tomorrow night. We will see. We will see. But appreciate everyone for coming on out as always. Sitting here helping me not go insane while doing these shiny hunts is always greatly appreciated. And yeah, I guess if you're hanging out here and you're new, you're not subscribed, click the sub button, you know, all that good jazz, all that YouTube stuff. And yeah, I'll hopefully see y'all tomorrow night.